Today's selection is Stand By Me.
burden, and I'm weary, gently draw nigh. Oh, thou lily of the valley, stand by me. Stand by me, stand by me. Stand by me. Stand by
The oracles of the UCI, beginning at 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent love among yourselves, for love shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Elohim gives, that Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahshua HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 29 through chapter 5 and verse 4. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Elohim, whereby you are sealed until the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be you kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Elohim for Yahshua's sake has forgiven you. Be you therefore followers of Elohim, as their children, and walk in love, as the Mashiach also have loved us, and has given himself for us an offering and sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as becomes saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather given of thanks. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. Keep your foot when you go to the house of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in heaven, and you upon earth, therefore let your words be few. Exodus chapter 23, verses 20 and 21. Behold, I send an angel before you, to keep you in the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Revelations chapter 3, verses 20 through 22. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have also overcame, and am sat down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Which is peace on Yahweh's holy Sabbath day. Welcome to another holy convocation that Yahweh has enjoined unto us here in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Some of the things that we're going to go over on this Sabbath day is about the living prophecy of Yahweh, our Elohim. It's a lot of times we get to that place where we are reading about somebody else's life, and it never does occur to us that Yahweh is doing things in our lives as well. And we have a part to play in this entire production as well. Yahweh stated concerning Moshe that if there be a prophet among you, I will speak to him in dreams and in visions. My servant Moshe is not so. With him will I speak face to face. There are prophets and there are prophecies. There are also prophets whose very lives are prophecies within themselves. In the day that Moshe was born, his path was laid for him, his beginning and his end, his ups and his downs, his successes and his failures were all a part of Yahweh's plan for his life, as it is for anyone who is predestined in the love story of Israel. Yahweh stated that he loved Yaakov before he was born. That is, before he had done anything good or anything evil. Our forefathers were major co-stars of Yahweh's living prophecy. We have the opportunity to become minor co-stars in Yahweh's living prophecy, but we must play our part to a T. We must not break character, and we must by all means know that falling in love with another co-star will not get you the spiritual Oscar that we seek, which is salvation. The only love that gets us this coveted prize is the love we exercise for the writer, director, and creator of this production. Ezekiel chapter 2, and let's start that at verse 1. And it says the co-stars of Yahweh's living prophecy. My elder used to say all the time, do you understand what role you're playing?
Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 1. And he said unto me, Son of man, stand upon your feet, and I will speak unto you. And the Spirit entered into me when he spake unto me, and set me up on my feet, that I heard him that spake unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send you to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send you unto them, and you shall say unto them, Thus says the Adonai Yah. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them.
Right. In other words, it's not your job to make them listen, because they're hard of hearing. Okay? Let me go ahead and tell you that I'm giving you an impossible job, which is to go and talk to the children of Israel. Your job is not based upon whether or not they listen to you. Your job is based upon whether or not you say what you're supposed to say. That's your job. Don't worry about who listens. Don't worry about who do what they're supposed to do. That's not your job. Your job is to say what I put in your mouth to say, no matter how harsh that thing may be. No matter how many feelings may get hurt when you say it. That's your job. Remember your job. Sometimes we get in a position where we start doing one thing and then we forget the main purpose of what we were supposed to be doing. So you get to working on one thing, you see something else, and now all your focus is spent on the wrong thing. That's not your job. You're supposed to be working over here. You're taking stuff apart all the way over here. Remember what your job is. So here is the job description. Let me go ahead and tell you off the rip. Israel hard of hearing. They don't listen to me. So 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna listen to you either. But that's still your job. Go over there and talk to them. So you can't turn around and get tired of doing the job because they don't listen. I've been talking to them. They don't. I know. I told you that before you went, didn't I? Didn't I tell you? I told you they got hearing problems. Hearing aids don't help these people. Okay? Keep talking. Yeah, but I done said it 10 times. 10 times more. Go. They got a problem. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 2 and verse 6. And you, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. though briars and thorns be with you,
Mm-hmm.
and you thus dwell among scorpions.
Do you understand? This your people we're talking about. Your people are the briars and the thorns. Your people are the scorpions. See, we like to attribute that unto other nations. No. He's warning him about Israel. Don't be afraid of the looks on their faces. You should understand and see some of the looks that me and Kish have to look at while we back here dealing with this word. Man, some folk that done murdered me 12 times. But guess what? I'm going to be right back here next week, y'all willing? Read, bro.
Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed after their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Mm-hmm. Because we know, especially, those of us who have, had a checkered past, we used to go and, get in our little fights. You pretty much knew when you were about to get in a fight because you saw the look on the person's face that were coming toward you. Oh, we about to fight. This not a talking situation here. That's not a talking look that's on that face. So you automatically posture up for the fight because it's about to go down. We passed that talking point. Well, Yahweh made sure I knew that look real good because I see it from behind this altar a lot. It's like if I wasn't in here, a swivel cord. Ooh, what I do to him? Right. I recognize those looks. Take it from a brother who done got jumped on before. I know what them looks are. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 7, and you shall speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious.
Uh-huh. Yahweh tell you that the job is going to be difficult before he give you the job. But understand, don't lose your focus. And this is what we do a lot of times when we talking to somebody about the word. We are so busy. Now our own ego and pride gets into it because now we're trying to get that person to hear. That's not your job. You are a planter. Plant the seed. Move on. Somebody else comes and waters. See, now you're getting heartbroken about a job that ain't yours. You trying to do the whole planting. I'm a plow, I'm a plant, I'm a water, and I'm going to reap the fruit. Wait a minute. And you going to do all that today? Hey, what kind of fruit is that going to be? It's going to grow tonight? You just planted it this morning. Them frankenfoods, I don't even want to eat that. Go ahead.
In this situation, you'd say, man, Yahweh set me up to fail. But he says, I tell my prophets the end in the beginning.
Yep.
So even with Moshe, he told him, go to Pharaoh, but he ain't going to hear you.
Right.
So how do you see that as being set up for failure? No, I told you the outcome already.
Because you don't understand the purpose of the job. The job was not to make them listen. The job was to make them accountable. See, you don't understand the purpose of the job. You think going to everybody and they supposed to hear you. That's not the job. The job is to make them accountable so that when judgment comes, they have zero excuses. That is your job. Understand your job. Stop thinking that everybody you talk to is going to adhere to this word. That everybody you talk to is going to walk. That's not your job. Read, bro.
Verse 8, but you, son of man, hear what I say unto you. Be not you rebellious like that rebellious house. Open your mouth and eat that I give you. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that you find it. Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause your belly to eat, and fill your bowels with this roll that I give you. Then I did eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
That's how we are when we first get in this word. We start hearing some things and the word is so sweet, we want to digest it because at this point, all the changes are on the surface. It's, remember the Sabbath, to keep it holy. You know, after we deal with a few of those surface things, we like, yeah, this sweet. Then it starts getting to that point where the word starts getting under that top layer of life and start getting into that other layer of life. And then we're like, hold on, this is bitter. Wait a minute, I can't do that no more. Wait a minute, it started sweet, but the inside was bitter. Right, because now it's changing some of that deeper level stuff. See? Oh, it's cute when it's on the surface. And that's as far as some people want to deal with this word. As far as they want to go in this word is on the surface. So you have a lot of on the surface Hebrews. Yeah, they got turned from moderate brews. Those are on the surface Hebrews. You go anything deeper than that top level, and they're lost. Because that whole backside setup of Christianity still has their mind, their heart. It still has all of those things. And they don't really know how to deal without that. So they got to make Yahweh's word fit into the old setup of Christianity, which is the biggest whole thing of idol worship ever. Christianity is the biggest cult we have ever seen on the face of this earth. Islam doesn't even touch Christianity. Christianity has every god you can think of inside of it, and have worship practices and worship days for all of those gods. And that's where the majority of us come from. And we don't see that we have committed some of the greatest sins against Yahweh our Elohim. What we do is look at the people in the street and say, you know, those people have done all of these things. The church people done did most of the sin. The dude in the street doing his thing. He wasn't out there worshiping God. He was worshiping himself. Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get you unto the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For you are not sent to a people of a strange speech and of an hard language.
Strange speech and a hard language, go ahead.
But to the house of Israel.
Uh-huh.
Not to many people of a strange speech and of an hard language, whose words you can't not understand. Surely, had I sent you to them, they would have hearkened unto you.
Check that out. If I would have sent you to the people who don't even understand you, strange people, they would have heard me. What is he saying? The people who are most familiar with Yahweh are the ones who have the hardest time listening unto him. My elder used to say this thing all the time. He said, familiarity breeds contempt. Mm-hmm. See, first people get familiar with you. They learn a little bit about you. And then after that, here comes the contempt that they have for you. Because now you're familiar. Sometimes they have better respect for you when they don't know you and they can't get access to you. People strange like that. Yahweh said, this is my people. These are people who are the closest to me of everybody on the earth. It is the hardest to get the closest people to hear me. These are the people whom I have done the most for. Go ahead, bro.
No, you actually experience that in life, because even dealing with family and even dealing with strangers, sometimes you go through a better situation with a stranger than a relative. Yeah,
that is very true. You have a better situation with a stranger than dealing with your family, and you learn sometimes rather harshly that family and business is something that don't mix, because, family, you tell them, hey, all right, we're going to start at 8 o'clock. Oh, no. He meant 8:45. No, I said 8 o'clock, man. We got somewhere to be. Now, them same people, if they were working for the man, they'd be there at 7:59. But because they working for you, they show up at 8:59. Wait a minute, bro. What you doing? I thought, cause we cool and everything. We're not gonna be cool for long. Go ahead.
That's why the scripture said, a man is not without honor, save in his own town.
Among his own people.
Yep.
In his own house.
That familiarity.
Those are the people that are most familiar with you. So you can go out and do all kind of miracles. Go home, and your wife be like, miracle worker back. I've been helping. Do a miracle on this yard out here. Make that grass disappear. Let me see you do that. Praise him. Won't he do it? Read, man.
Verse 7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto you, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Right. Yahweh didn't send you in blind. He let you know what you're dealing with. They ain't going to listen to me. So how you going to get an attitude problem that they won't listen to you? This is the Elohim of heaven, earth, and all that in them is, and Israel won't listen to him. Who are we? So how you let somebody give you low self-esteem because they don't hear? Are you tripping? If somebody don't listen to the Elohim of the entire earth, who make the ground shake when he talks, how am I gonna make them listen to me? He talk and mountains move. He talk and thunders roll. Trumpets start blowing when he talk. They can't figure out what all it is. It's a bunch of things happening when Yahweh begins to speak. Some people say they heard a trumpet, other people say they heard words, and other people just got the hell out of Dodge. They was like, I'm out. I don't know what that is, but I don't want to be nowhere near. If they wouldn't hear that, you're not going to make anybody hear you. No matter how much you talk. Go ahead, bro.
Behold, I have made your face strong against their faces, and your forehead strong against their foreheads.
So then he equipped you. See, when they were talking about the thing of concussions in football, they were talking about how a man's head is made and how the head of a ram, the shofar that we blow, the way that the ram's head is made, it distributes all of that impact. They run into each other. Bang! That's why they call a ram. They ram into each other. And that shock is distributed. It doesn't go directly to their brain. We ain't made like that. So when people are playing foosball and they lower that head and boom, knock each other out, they end up having some major issues later on in life because that impact went directly into their head. It didn't distribute anywhere else because man wasn't made to ram his head into another man. And that was the thing that we loved in football. I was assistant little league coach telling the little kids to go kill themselves. I ain't know no better. So we see a good hit. Ooh, we doing all that. That little boy might be damaged for life. I think a few of them ain't right now because of some of them things that we were leading them to do as kids, ramming their little baby heads into each other. Go ahead, bro.
As an adamant harder than flint have I made your forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks.
Right, so then he's going to make you spiritually hard-headed so that you can deal with all the stuff that they about to throw at your head. He is now equipping you for the job. He tell you that they are this kind of people. Oh, but I made you this. So some of that you think, something wrong with me, man. I need to get certain things. He like, I made that wrong with you. Well, why would you keep that? I thought we was getting rid of the old me. No, I need that part. See, that's your ignorant power. I need that. I need some of that ignorant power. Why? Because they ignorant. So I need some. That's why I called you. You know what I'm saying? Because you was ignorant. So you should be able to understand other ignorant people. So go over there. Right. Go ahead.
Though they be a rebellious house. Verse 10. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto you receive in your heart, and hear with your ears. And go, get you to them of the captivity, unto the children of your people, and speak unto them, and tell them, Thus says the Adonai Yah, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear.
Now, he keeps saying that. Letting you know what your job description is. Whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Just go and say what I tell you to say. Don't worry about who listens. Man, if I was heartbroken about everybody who decided they wasn't going to keep walking in the word, I would have stopped doing this a long time ago. What's the purpose, Yahweh? They're just not listening. Where? I said, where? No, man. Get the hell out the way so somebody else can sit in that seat. Yahweh has employees, and he got independent contractors. Them independent contractors are the people who come here for a time. They do a job. They have finished their job. It's time to get the hell on. Your time has ran out. Thank you for coming out. God bless. Good night. Next. Then he got those who got the company car. They got the uniform with the name badge. Yahweh on one side, they name on the other side. I am a servant. I work for Yahweh. I'm a company man. The independent contractors, they come in for a while and it's time for them to go. They don't have the same abilities and rights as employees. See, they got a badge, but their badge only get them in the lobby. Okay? They can come in and drink coffee, but that's about it. Because they're not employees. They're not vested with the company. See? You got to be vested with Yahweh. And if you pay attention, you'll see them independent contractors in the same room with you. You say, oh, you know what? Your uniform got a different stripe on it than mine. You'll look as they wait for you to open the door, and then they walk behind you. You realize, oh, they can't get in that door. Oh, that's a contractor. Yahweh don't plan on keeping them. Go ahead, bro.
Then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of a great rushing, saying, Blessed be the glory of Yahweh from his place. I heard also the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touched one another, and the noise of the wheels over against them, and a noise of a great rushing. So the Spirit lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness, in the heat of my spirit. But the hand of Yahweh was strong upon me. Then I came to them of the captivity at Tel Abib, that dwelt by the river of Chebar, and I sat where they sat, and remained there astonished among them 7 days. And it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me.
Understand your job description. Ain't nothing worse than somebody who's supposed to be working in the kitchen, and when the boss comes, they in the parking lot sweeping. Hey, you know what? This does need to be swept. But why are you out here? Well, such and such told me such. Whoa. Were they your manager? No. But so who doing your job while you doing this job? Because if you here, somebody ain't over there. Because you're the only one I put on this schedule for the kitchen. So I'm trying to figure out if you right here, who over there? Go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 4 and verse 1. You also, son of man, take you a tile and lay it before you, and portray upon it the city, even Jerusalem, and lay siege against it, and build a fort against it.
Okay,
And
where you go? Where you go? You jump some stuff, ding. Yeah, man. I think it's that division in this
Yeah,
book
okay.
right here that threw me off on the last one.
Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 16.
Yeah, man. I was trying to figure. Okay, we supposed. I don't know why it did that right there. It give you a half page and then you got to jump back down to the other half. Go
Verse
ahead.
16. And it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made you a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, you shall surely die, and you give not warning, nor speak to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood shall I require at your hand.
I will require it at your hand because it was your job to warn him. It wasn't your job to stand there and make him do right. It wasn't your job to sit there and spoon feed him for the rest of his life. It's not your job to go in and do all of these things. It's your job to warn them. And after that, go sit down. When I would tell people about their shindiggery and what it was going to do to them and how it was going to lead them off, you ain't see me going to the shindigs, standing outside. Don't go in there. Don't go in there. It's shindiggery there. I knew about it. I knew what the events was. I knew what time the events was. I knew when folks showed up late, why they showed up late, because they was at the shindig. You ain't catch me out there, did you? Said what I had to say and went on and sat down. Yahweh take care of his business. I just got to do my job. I'm going to say what I got to say, and Yahweh going to do what he got to do on his time, not on mine. Yahweh may let something go on for 3 years before he say something. Next situation, he let go on for 3 minutes. Step away, I'm finna kill all them. Wait a minute, it's been 3 minutes. You let the other one go for 3 hours to 3 years. What? Hey, that's his timing. He don't ask me what I think about it. But when I get the inclination to move, because he about to kill a bunch of people, do know. What's up going? Oh no, somebody about to die. I'm out of here. Go ahead, bro.
I'm just laughing because, you've always said about the little bird, and people just don't understand. Yahweh will set you up, and you will reveal yourself, and people will know what you got going on or what you've been up to. And you don't even know that you done exposed yourself.
Yeah, my elder used to say all the time, a little bird told him, say, what the hell are these birds that keep coming around here telling the old man something? Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 19. Yet if you warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his lawlessness, but you have delivered your soul.
Check that out. You delivered your soul by telling him. It's not my job to go and make somebody walk. This is how people get themselves in trouble and try to put an unnecessary weight upon themselves. That's not your job. I have people in my family that may understand certain things of the word. It's not my job to try to make them people walk right. All I'm going to do is tell you what thus says Yahweh my Elohim. After that, see you when they free. Even a dumb animal got sense enough to know, you see a pack of deer, and one of them got that bad leg. They already know. That's a 2-piece snack for the lion. Now, if the rest of their family decide we're going to stay back here with 2 pieces, y'all going to be a 4-piece snack. So, at some point, they know they got to part ways. All right, we're going to miss you 2-piece. Because I can smell them lions in them bushes. We about to take off running, and we know you're not going to be able to keep up. So they going to rub hooves and swing on the neck a few times. And it's time to go on up this mountain. Because 2-piece, they already picking out sauce for 2-piece. It's a done deal. Now, you can turn around and be the fool that try to carry 2-piece up that mountain, and they're going to get a 6-piece. They're going to get the 2 from them and the 4 from you. No, I'm going to make it to the top of the mountain, and I'll just tell everybody about how good 2-piece was. All right? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 20. Again, when a righteous man does turn from his righteousness and commit lawlessness, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die. Because you have not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he has done shall not be remembered. But his blood will I require at your hand.
I will require his blood at your hand because it was your job to tell him. That is what your job was. But see, some of us, we got a problem even doing that. See? We'll say some things in some circles. In other circles, we won't say a thing. We let the wicked keep talking. You go in and the wicked talking all day. Lying, twisting stories, flipping the details. They're talking and misleading everybody. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, if you warn the righteous man that the righteous man sin not, and he does not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also you have delivered your soul.
So now you have the opportunity then to do 2 things. You have now delivered your soul, and if that individual listens, you have helped them deliver theirs as well. Go ahead.
You know, it's funny or interested in verse 20 is he's talking about a righteous man, and he says, I lay a stumbling block in his way. So when you get into this word and you think everything is going to be okay, you have fooled yourself.
Well, how is it going to make you stronger? All right, put that right there. Put that extra weight on Brother Kid. He been lifting 50 pounds for a long time. Throw 2 25s on there. What? Yeah, man. I thought you was trying to build muscle. How you gonna build muscle? You keep working out with the same weight, and that's what we do. We got our own little problems, and we know these problems, right? So we like, I want to stick with these problems right here. I know these problems. I got a Tyrone problem. I got a Keisha problem, and I got a James problem. I know all these problems. I know everything about them. I don't want no new ones. Well, that might work on your stamina, but your strength don't get up because you already know all the things about those problems. So he got to bring another problem in there. Let's put these weights on there, and let me see you lift that. Now, you might not be able to lift it, but one time to start with. But he ain't gonna come back in a couple months and say, "Oh, I see. Hey, you can get a whole 10 out of that thing now. Yeah, all right. Now let's go put 2 more 10s on there. Wait a minute." When you gonna stop adding weight? Thought you told me you were trying to get swole. Thought you told me you were trying to get your spiritual swollenness. Well, here it is. You want it? You got it, Scab. Here it is. Go ahead.
And the hand of Yahweh was there upon me. And he said unto me, Arise, go forth into the plain, and I will there talk with you. Then I arose and went forth into the plain. And, behold, the glory of Yahweh stood there, as the glory which I saw by the river Chebar, and I fell on my face. Then the Spirit entered into me, and set me upon my feet, and spake with me, and said unto me, Go, shut yourselves within your house. But you, O son of man, behold, they shall put bands upon you, and shall bind you with them, and you shall not go out among them. And I'll make your tongue cleave to the roof of your mouth, and you shall be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover. But they are a rebellious house.
Right. So stop thinking that Yahweh wants you to talk to everybody. It's certain times you get ready to talk and the words won't come out of your mouth. He said, I made you dumb. I'm going to make you dumb. They're going to do some stuff to you. And if you keep talking, they might listen to you. So I'm going to make you dumb so they won't listen to you and you won't reprove them. So I make sure they're going to get punished. So then we get in situations and somebody comes with some interesting, twisted doctrine, and you say, oh, I'm finna deal with this. Oh, yeah, Oh, you said what? All right, well, listen to this. What is wrong with me? Yahweh said, no, that's what's wrong with you. No, not to them. Least they hear, and it be a vexation unto you. No. Leave that be. I'll work on that on another day. That ain't for today. Go ahead.
Verse 27. But when I speak with you, I will open your mouth, and you shall say unto them, Thus says the Adonai Yah.
When I speak to you, your mouth, you're going to open your mouth, and everything that need to come out is going to come out. Scriptures you don't even remember that you remember. How did I remember what I didn't remember? Right. Go ahead.
He that hears, let him hear. And he that forbears, let him forbear. For they are a rebellious house.
For they are a rebellious house. So there's some within the rebellious house that Yahweh want to hear. There's others. They say, no. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Don't reprove them. To reprove somebody, you know, is getting to the point where you're trying to get them to repent. Do you understand what he's saying? Oh, no. I don't want them to repent. Well, why you don't want them to repent? Oh, because I got plans for them in my fire. I got Lucifer putting the fire together now. No, they're going to burn. So I don't leave them alone. I don't want you to talk to them. Now check that out. But do we know where those situations are? See? We have to attempt some things to realize how Yahweh is working with us. And say, oh, every time I get ready to talk and have a conversation with this individual, there's gunshots and gasoline. I probably should leave this alone. Go ahead.
You also, son of man, take you a tile and lay it before you and portray upon it the city, even Jerusalem, and lay siege against it and build a fort against it and cast a mount against it. Set the camp also against it and set battering rams against it round about. Moreover, take you unto you an iron pan and set it for a wall of iron between you and the city, and set your face against it, and it shall be besieged, and you shall lay siege against it. This shall be a sign to the house of Israel. Lie you also upon your left side, and lay the lawlessness of the house of Israel upon it. According to the number of the days that you shall lie upon it, you shall bear their iniquity.
Right. So as you're dealing with the situation of Yahweh's prophecy toward the children of Israel, he has to do something for this. This is just not one of those things where you go out and you say some things and then you go back and sit in your tent. Say, no. I'm going to make you act out the things that they are going to go through. That's a whole different level of responsibility right there. Go ahead.
For I have laid upon you the years of their lawlessness, according to the number of the days, 390 days. So shall you bear the lawlessness of the house of Israel. And when you have accomplished them, lie again on your right side, and you shall bear the lawlessness of the house of Yehudah 40 days. I have appointed you each day for a year. Therefore you shall set your face toward the siege of Jerusalem, and your arms shall be uncovered, and you shall prophesy against it. And, behold, I will lay bands upon you, and you shall not turn you from one side to another, till you have ended the days of your siege.
So these days have meaning, and he's doing all of these things. Understand something. Don't think that Yahweh, everything that Yahweh is going to ask a servant to do is going to be something that's high and mighty and feels so great. Go ahead.
Take you also unto you wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and fitches, and put them in one vessel, and make you bread thereof, according to the number of the days that you shall lie upon your side. 390 days shall you eat thereof. And your meat which you shall eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time shall you eat it. You shall drink also water by measure, the 6th part of an hin, from time to time shall you drink.
Uh-huh.
And you shall eat it as barley cakes.
Uh-huh.
And you shall bake it with dung that comes out of man in their sight.
Now this is servant, and he done asked him to make not crab cakes, crap cakes. Wait a minute, I'm your servant. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be, and you make crab cakes? Looking at graphic there, you see the bread? Right above that is dung. Do you think, man, people watching that is just like, this dude is out of his mind? Yahweh is leading him to make these dung cakes. He's having to live out what Israel is going to have to go through. See, everybody want to be a prophet, but everybody want to be a talking prophet. Hear ye, O Israel. Hear what thus says Yahweh, O Elohim. That's far as we want to go. No. He said, go ahead, man. Make you some dung cakes. Get you some man crap and put it right there in the bread and bake it. First of all, it is enough to make you vomit when you're making it. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And Yahweh said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them.
So this is something that Israel is going to have to do. Israel is going to eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles. So he said, I need you to show them what eating crab cakes is going to be like. What, can I just tell them? Can I just tell them? I swear, Yahweh, I tell them so vehemently. Oh, I would tell them so strong. I tell them about those crab cakes. Please don't make me eat no crab cakes. I'm telling you, for reading this, I love my job. Because I'm hoping he don't ever ask me, first of all, to make crab cakes, much less eat those crab cakes. Oh, man. Enjoy your job. Okay? At least you get the crab cake job. Okay? Somebody got to do this job. This is why you want to get there early when they passing out prophecy jobs. Excuse me, hurry up, you guys. I'm just trying to make sure I don't get the crab cake job. I got here early. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sure? Hey, remember, brother, right? Please don't get me this. Go ahead.
Then said I, Adonai Yah, behold, my soul has not been polluted. For from my youth up even till now have I not eaten of that which dies of itself.
Right, done ate clean his whole life. Go ahead.
Or is torn in pieces. Neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth.
Never have I eaten anything unclean. Never have I eaten anything that died of itself. And now you want me to do this? Go ahead.
Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given you cow's dung for man's dung.
Whew! This still, hey, let me tell you something. A cow eat grass. All right? Is it dung? It is. Okay. Have you smelled the dung that come from, before you flush, have you ever just got a whiff of that? You ever wanted to get out of there before you finish? You don't want to deal with man. You do not want to deal with that. This was a hell of a jump right here. Still not good, though. Go ahead.
And you shall prepare your bread therewith. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I'll break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight, and with care, and they shall drink water by measure, and with astonishment, that they may want bread and water, and be astonished one with another, and consume away for their lawlessness.
Right. This is the role that was given unto him. And he's got to play this role. He's got to deal with the part of this holy story that was given unto him. This is what we have to understand, that at this point in time, you auditioning for a part. How you deal with the things that you deal with determines which part you get. Somebody got to get the crap cake job. Hey, you want salvation? You want salvation? Well, shut up there. This is the last job we got right here. So I would like to get my job before this right here comes in here, because if this is the last one, I mean, I'm gonna cry for a little bit. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 20. But you saw, hey, he spoke for himself concerning this. I have never eaten this. I have never, because of that, he was then given a little bit of, all right, I'll change this to this. But imagine if his history was not better than that. What might have happened? Isaiah chapter 20. And let's start that at verse 1.
In the year that Tartan came on to Ashdod, when Sargon the king of Assyria sent him, and fought against Ashdod, and took it. At the same time spake Yahweh by Esaias the son of Amoz, saying, Go and loose the sackcloth from off your loins, and put off your shoe from your foot. And he did so, walking naked and barefoot.
Right. Now this service now, these are blessed people. We get upset if Yahweh, if we have to do something that cramps our style. He ain't asked you to walk naked and barefoot. You ask people to sing, and if they don't want to get fully dressed to sing, they fighting with you. You ask people to do this, they fighting with you. How about walk naked and barefoot? We didn't get asked that. It is amazing. It shows you how far people will go when it come down to some mess, and then how far they will go when it come down to Yahweh Elohim. These people are being asked some seriously, some things that will cause their character to come in question. You think about, man, what kind of a laughing stock that's gonna make you? You just walking down Memorial Drive naked, you know. And you know, Brother Mishael still had that limp. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to still have, you know what I'm saying, all that when you straight naked, you know what I'm saying? They like, what the hell is wrong with this dude right here? And other people saying, oh no, that's a servant of Yahweh. Servant of who? Go ahead.
And Yahweh said, Like as my servant Esaias has walked naked and barefoot 3 years for a sign and wonder.
Man, come on, man. 3 minutes is a problem. Come on, man. Come on. And we have a problem with the smallest of things. We're supposed to be somewhere at 8 o'clock. Yahweh move it to 7:30. Oh, no. Oh, this is a travesty. I'm losing my day. 30 minutes. Oh, my God. He asked you to walk butt naked. But you don't see him argue about 30 extra minutes. And then in the same breath, say, we servants of Yahweh. You servants of yourselves. Read, man.
And Yahweh said, Like as my servant Esaias has walked naked and barefoot 3 years for a sign and wonder upon Egypt and upon Ethiopia, so shall the king of Assyria lead away the Egyptians prisoners, and the Ethiopians captives, young and old, naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered, to the shame of Egypt.
Now, you know what's funny? When people want to show their butt, it's okay. But when Yahweh show their butt, when they don't want to show it, now they like, I'm so ashamed. Wait a minute, I thought you came out with the clear, the butt out pants like Prince. That's what you wanted to do. It's fine when they want to do it. But when it's done for them, they have a problem. Go ahead, bro.
And they shall be afraid and ashamed of Ethiopia, their expectation, and of Egypt their glory. And the inhabitant of this isle shall say in that day, Behold, such is our expectation, whether we flee for help to be delivered from the king of Assyria, and how shall we escape?
Right. When Yahweh brings forth judgment unto the children of Israel, you can run wherever you gonna run. And that's what happened. When people hear the true word of Yahweh, it cramps their style. They go run somewhere else. Well, I'm gonna go find somewhere else where the word is easier. I'm gonna find me some moderate brews. This is what I'm gonna do. And they just gonna gloss over the word. Right. And you're gonna slide right into that lake of fire. That gloss real slippery. That's one thing you find about gloss. It's real slippery. You gonna slide right in there. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 11. That's what we do. Yahweh say something, we're gonna go find something easier. So I ain't got to make all these changes. See, over here in this congregation, you can still eat shrimp. See? They put little kufis on the shrimp. It's right there. And then they got some holy cocktail sauce. Right. Yeah, keep fooling yourself. Ezekiel chapter 11. And let's start that at verse 1.
Moreover, the Spirit lifted me up and brought me onto the east gate of Yahweh's house, which looks eastward. And behold, at the door of the gate, 25 men, among whom I saw Yazaniah, the son of Azor, and Pelathiah, the son of Benaiah, prince of the people. Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief, and give wicked counsel in this city, which say, It is not near.
Now, this is the wicked counsel. The wicked counsel, you need to hear this. The wicked counsel is actually a counsel of peace. Nothing's going to happen. What Klepto say? God ain't angry with you. That's wicked counsel. Wicked counsel actually sounds nice. The person who's telling you that judgment cometh is the person who seems angry. That is the actual real counsel. The wicked one sounds smooth as hot butter coming out the microwave. Right. There's a reason why it's that slippery. Go ahead.
Let us build houses. This city is the cauldron, and we be the flesh.
Yeah. Let's build houses. Let's set up shop, man. Don't be listening to all this destruction talk. All right? Don't be listening to them people. Go ahead.
Therefore prophesy against them. Prophesy, O son of man.
Wait a minute. So then Yahweh is causing this conflict. He said prophesy against them. See, people tell you, look, we old Hebrews. You know, black people need to learn to just get along. How the hell we gonna get along and you believe in one thing and I believe in something else? Now you understand why I never got invitations to the shindig. They already knew I ain't believe in it. When they got ready to teach their doctrine, no, soccer's gonna be a problem. See, when we get ready to start talking about worshiping the moon god and stuff like that, soccer's gonna go ballistic. So let's not invite him to the shindig. He's gonna ruin our party. You damn right. Invite me to the shindig, I'm gonna shut it down. All y'all worshiping the devil in here. He'll be like, note to self, don't invite suck. I ain't gonna have to do it but one time. They ain't gonna never invite me no more. I get one invitation per shindiggery. They find out real quick, don't invite him. He's only fun when the word is real. When you speak false word, he's not fun at all. Right? Go ahead.
And the Spirit of Yahweh fell upon me, and he said unto me, Speak, thus says Yahweh. Thus have you said, O house of Israel, for I know the things that come into your mind, every one of them. You have multiplied your slain in this city, and you filled the streets thereof with the slain. Therefore thus says the Adonai Yah, your slain whom you have laid in the midst of it, they are the flesh, and this city is the cauldron. but I'll bring you forth out of the midst of it. You have feared the sword, and I'll bring a sword upon you, says the Adonai Yah. And I'll bring you out of the midst thereof, and deliver you into the hands of strangers, and will execute judgments among you. You shall fall by the sword. I will judge you in the border of Israel, and you shall know that I am Yahweh. This city shall not be your cauldron, neither shall you be the flesh in the midst thereof, but I'll judge you in the border of Israel. And you shall know that I am Yahweh, for you have not walked in my statutes, neither executed my judgments, but have done after the manners of the heathen that are round about you. And it came to pass, when I prophesied, that Pelathiah the son of Benaiah died.
Right. Now, this right here is one of them things why I eventually learned to keep my prayers to myself. Yahweh has caused him, he said, prophesy against them. Now he does this, and one of them guys died. See, I done been in a situation where, you know, I definitely don't pray when I'm angry. Because I got into saying something, I don't know what I thought Yahweh was going to do. But I know I altered how I dealt with that from that point on. I got on my knees and said some things, felt like I was trapped in the situation. And next thing I know, there was a death. I don't know what I thought I was asking him, but when I played it back in my mind, I realized that there was some things that Yahweh was going to have to do what it was I asked. Yeah, so I'm a little slow to pray when it comes down to certain things. People say, you ain't prayed about that yet? Why? Because I know how my Elohim deal with me. I need to have all my ducks in a row before I go to him. Because I go to him and one duck out of place, I'm in trouble. Go ahead.
Then fell I down upon my face, and cried with a loud voice, and said, Ah, Adonai Yah, will you make a full end of the remnant of Israel? And again the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, your brethren, even your brethren, the men of your kindred, and all the house of Israel holy, are they unto whom the inhabitants of Jerusalem have said, Get you far from me, Yahweh. Unto us is this land given in possession. Therefore say, Thus says the Adonai Yah, although I have cast them far off among the heathen, and although I have scattered them among the countries, yet will I be to them as a little sanctuary in the countries where they shall come.
Right. And it is prophet after prophet that says the children of Israel were scattered among the countries. Yet we still allow somebody to tell us that all the Jews came out of Germany. There's a reason why they have to go back to this sympathy thing, because if you stay in this book, you're going to prove that those things that you're saying cannot be so. So either you lying or the book lying. That's why they got to go to another book. Because they can't stay in this one. And it don't matter whether it's Old Testament, New Testament, Middle Testament. None of it proves that story that they're telling. Go ahead.
Therefore say, Thus says the Adonai Yah, I will even gather you from the people, and assemble you out of the countries where you have been scattered, and I'll give you the land of Israel.
So the children of Israel were always set to be coming out of countries, plural, then go into the land of Israel. Not to gain the land of Israel through some backdoor treaty that you done made by setting up the country where you at. Then say, I don't know why they keep killing us. Well, you just tried to take over their whole country and crash their economy. Yeah, they kind of pissed at you. Go ahead.
And they shall come thither, and they shall take away all the detestable things thereof, and all the abominations thereof from thence. And I'll give them one heart, and I'll put a new spirit within you. And I will take away the stony heart out of their flesh, and I'll give them an heart of flesh, that they may walk in my statutes, and keep mine ordinances, and do them. And they shall be my people, and I'll be their Elohim. But as for them, whose heart walks after the heart of their detestable things and their abominations, I will recompense their way upon their own heads, says the Adonai Yah. Then did the cherubims lift up their wings, and the wheels beside them, and the glory of the Elohim of Israel was over them above. And the glory of Yahweh went up from the midst of the city, and stood upon the mountain which is on the east side of the city. Afterwards the Spirit took me up, and brought me in a vision by the Spirit of Elohim unto Chaldea, to them of the captivity. So the vision that I had seen went up from me. Then I spake unto them of the captivity all the things that Yahweh had showed me.
Right. What was happening, this vision was the glory of Yahweh leaving the holy city. So you have those people that believe once holy, always holy. That's not the case. Yahweh said, go to my place in Shiloh where I put my name at the beginning and see what I did to it for the uncleanness of the children of Israel. Yahweh will remove his name and his spirit from a place if you don't do what it is you're supposed to be doing. But people get mad at us at the door because we don't want to let them come in here in their hot pants. And then sit there and argue at the door. Do you want this place to grow? Well, then you need to let me in as I am. You can stay in that parking lot as you are. That's about far as you're going to go with those hot pants on. You're not coming in here. See, Yahweh will remove his name from a place. He will remove his spirit from a place. Man, there's so many people that thought when my elder passed away that his spirit was in the walls. See, the spirit of elders in the walls in here. See, I was like, man, y'all on some different kind of stuff, bro. And these wasn't no unintelligent people. These were intelligent people that had some real magna cum laude dumb thoughts come oozing out of their mouth. It was really sad. But it is what it is. Let's go to Hosea chapter 1.
Uh, 9:21.
Okay. Appreciate it.
Hosea chapter 1 and verse 1. The word of Yahweh that came on to Hosea, the son of Beeri, in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Yehuda, and in the days of Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel. The beginning of the word of Yahweh by Hosea, and Yahweh said to Hosea, Go, take unto you a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land has committed great whoredoms, departing from Yah.
Now, this, when we get right down to, what is supposed to happen, all right, if these are servants of Yahweh, then they're supposed to marry certain type of women. They're supposed to deal with certain type of things. But when the job is accepted that you are a servant of Yahweh, then this job is now being lived out, not being talked out. So because the children of Israel has committed spiritual whoredom, now he says, all right, I want you to go marry a whore. Go ahead.
So he went and he took Gomer, the daughter of Diblaim, which conceived and bare him a son. And Yahweh said unto him, Call his name Jezreel, for yet a little while, and I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu.
I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu. Go ahead.
And will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. And it shall come to pass at that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. And she conceived again and bare a daughter. And Elohim said unto him, Call her name Lo-Ruhamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. But I will have mercy upon the house of Yehuda, and will save them by Yahweh their Elohim, and will not save them by bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, by horses, nor by horsemen.
Right. So that you'd understand that it was none of your own personal strength that saved you. See, if we're able to do anything physically, we did that. But when you see that you are outnumbered, they have more strength, they have more weaponry, they have more everything, then you understand, oh no, this battle didn't come by any ability that we had. This came some other way. Go ahead.
And this goes completely against how the people that's in the place right now got there.
Mm-hmm. And everything they deal is about weaponry. It has absolutely nothing to do with the glory of Yahweh, Elohim, or any of that. They must have all the weaponry, the best weaponry in the region. Anything anybody else get, America has signed the agreement that they're going to give it to those people. Go ahead.
Now when she had weaned Lo-Harumah, she conceived and bare a son. Then said Elohim, call his name Lo-Ammi, for you are not my people, and I'll not be your Elohim. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured for number. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, you are the sons of the living Elohim. Then shall the children of Yehudah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Yezreel.
Mm-hmm.
Say you unto your brethren, Ammi, and to your sisters, Rahomah, plead with your mother, plead, for she's not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts.
Right. And we didn't consider that all of these things of Christianity, that we were worshiping many gods. We thought we was just worshiping the Lord. We thought it was just one God. And every last one of them days they have set up is something set up for a totally different God. So we came into this word worshiping many gods. And see, we don't even count our transgressions right, because we think we just came out of one place. No, you didn't. You came from worshiping many gods before you got here. Go ahead.
Verse 3, lest I strip her naked, and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst. And I'll not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms. For their mother has played the harlot. She that conceived them has done shamefully. For she said, I'll go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, behold, I will hedge up your way with thorns, and make a wall, that she shall not find her paths.
Right. We put all our time and energy, everybody about to figure out how they gonna vote and how they gonna do these things. They threw our votes away when we was lining up physically. Now they gonna try to do all kind of electronic means. You know they going into the electronic trash bin. If the natural rooms went in the trash bin, it's gonna be real easy to send them electronic ones to the trash. Because at the end of the day, they gonna pick who they want to pick to do the job that they need to be done. And it don't matter what they get. Now we figured out all the laws that were throwing our people in prison in mass came from all Democrats. And our people just line up to go and vote for Democrat. You know, we don't even look at any Republican. We just try to find the best Democrats. We don't like the red devil. We only deal with the blue devil. Okay, but at the end of the day, you got a devil. You do understand that, right? And not only did you get a devil, but you just justified a devil. And we don't consider that part of it. That trying to choose the lesser of two evils, you have still justified evil. Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 2 and verse 7. And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them, and she shall seek them, but shall not find them. Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then was it better with me than now.
Right. Now wait a minute. The word says if a woman leaves her husband and goes to another man, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? So Yahweh says, hey, he got right to step away. But then Yahweh said, didn't you do that to me? Go ahead.
For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil, and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. Therefore will I return and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness. And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand, and I will cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts.
Right. A lot of times people don't even realize when they're being dealt with within a situation. Yahweh says, I'm going to take all her happiness. When he said, I'm going to take her mirth, he said, I'm taking her happiness. There are people that have issue with this or issue with that. Before you know it, they're just somewhere mad off in a corner by themselves. Right. Yahweh took your happiness. Go ahead.
And I'll destroy her vines and her fig trees, whereof she had said, these are my rewards that my lovers have given me. And I'll make them a forest, and the beast of the field shall eat them. And I'll visit upon her the days of Baalim, when she burnt incense to them. And she decked herself with her earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers and forgot me, says Yahweh.
Right. Have we considered that it says Yahweh, our Elohim, is a jealous Elohim? Have we considered what things may have activated his jealousy? When we go all the way out to go and do the most minuscule things, some secular things. Then when it comes down to things concerning Yahweh or any events that we do to glorify his name, they ain't never present. They ain't never got no money to do it. Now, they got money to go to 8 shindigs in a row. But when it comes down to any other thing concerning Yahweh, they are never available and never have enough money. Have you ever considered that those things are activating the jealousy of Yahweh, your Elohim? Because he look at, okay, if this is the best you can do, that's the best you can do. But then he looked and said, well, wait a minute. To go to that secular thing, look at how well you dressed yourself. Look at how much money you put into that. Oh, but you didn't have 15 minutes over here to do this? See, we don't even consider that. But then when we pray and we don't receive something, we don't understand why we're not receiving it. You have activated your Elohim's jealousy and then you turn around and go and ask him for something? Go ahead.
You want to continue there or go to
where you at?
Just did verse 13.
Go to chapter 3, and we're going to read verses 1 through 5.
Then said Yahweh unto me, go yet, love a woman beloved of her friend.
At some point, you just be like, okay, Yahweh, this is just too much. All right. Okay, come on now. For real? You didn't show me married whore. Now you going, I thought I was your servant, man. You are. I need somebody to do this. Like, when I signed up to be a prophet, I don't remember check the box. Who would like to marry a whore? Check. Wait a minute. That box wasn't on the application. Read.
Yet an adulteress, according to the love of Yahweh toward the children of Israel, who look to other gods and love flagons of wine.
Why? Because this is what Israel has done. See? This ain't about you. This ain't about anything that you've done wrong. Okay? This is about Israel. You my servant? Yeah? Well, shut up then. Go do this. Go ahead.
So I bought her to me for 15 pieces of silver, and for an omer of barley, and a half omer of barley.
You got to understand how hard Yahweh is. He put the price tag in. You know what I'm talking about? See, that one thing people don't even want to talk about when they start dealing with things. Hey, bro, how much she cost? What? People don't want to answer that question. No, man, let's keep it real, bro. How much she cost? Yahweh put the price tag on. Here go your receipt. So imagine an argument and the brother be like, look, don't start that. I still got the receipt. Don't play. Yahweh put the price in there. Go ahead.
And I said unto her, you shall abide for me many days. You shall not play the harlot, and you shall not be for another man. So will I also be for you. For the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king and without a prince.
But we still going to vote. You're going to abide many days without a king, without a prince. And we standing in line trying to vote. And the word says, do not go to elect a ruler over you that is not one of your own people. Which one of y'all come from Biden family? Show hands. Who come? They said, well, we're going to get them now, so we're going to throw Kamala in there. See, that's going to make the black people turn out. She ain't been black since 82. Go ahead, bro.
And without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without teraphim.
So you gonna suffer. This is your natural rulers and your spiritual ruler. Go ahead.
Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek Yahweh their El.
After they go through all of these things and understand, and I change their perspective, then they're gonna seek me with their whole heart. See, our problem is we ain't went through enough yet. That's why we can't seek him with our whole heart. Go ahead.
And David their king, and shall fear Yahweh and his goodness in the latter days.
And it's a shame, but that's how things have to go for our perspective to get to a point where Yahweh can actually deal with us and we'll listen. See, he already said they ain't gonna listen to you, because they ain't gonna listen to me. So because it says the Greeks seek after wisdom, Israel seek after a sign. So what does Yahweh say? I need you to act this out. Well, can I just tell them? No. This ain't that kind of people. No. I need you to act this whole thing out. Cause see, they like looking at signs. See, you can't just tell them, you know what I'm saying, don't put your hand in the fire. You gotta let somebody put the hand on the fire, let it catch on fire, burn up, and then they say, oh, don't put your hand in the fire. Yeah, it already said don't put your hand in the fire. But until Israel sees somebody's hand catch on fire, then they remember, oh, my memory now has been activated. I remember now he said don't put your hand in there. But I didn't remember that until he caught on fire. That's why he got to deal with his people. Let's go to chapter 4, start that at verse 1.
Hear the word of Yahweh, you children of Israel. For Yahweh has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Elohim in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and
boy,
stealing.
People will call themselves Hebrew Israelites and lie like Mufasa. I mean, Lion King. You understand me? I mean, lie like a Persian rug. Just fluffy. Just lie. And then we'll call and spread their lies all over the whole congregation. And then walk and show up right here and say, Shalom. You've been lying all week. Right. Go ahead, bro.
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwells therein shall languish, with the beast of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away.
Yahweh said, all liars shall have their part in the lake that burns with fire and brimstone. Yahweh said he hates lying. And folks will come and say all these wonderful things, Yahweh this, Yahweh that, and be lying in the same breath. While they so-called uplifting him, then making sure that he hate them with the lies that's coming out of their mouth. And then we go and protect the liars. Go ahead.
Yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for your people are as they that strive with the priests.
Folks don't care who they strive with. Go ahead.
Therefore shall you fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with you in the night, and I'll destroy your mother. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because you have rejected knowledge.
It's not a lack of knowledge because it hasn't been presented unto them. It is a lack of knowledge because they have rejected the true knowledge because that mingled doctrine sound better. See? No, I like that stuff with what I heard from the Hebrews. See, that stuff sounds so smooth and silky. I want to follow that. Right. It wasn't lack of knowledge because it wasn't presented. No. They picked the doctrine that they wanted to listen to. So in other words, you have signed your own death certificate. Go ahead.
I will also reject you, that you shall be no priest to me. Seeing you have forgotten the law of your Elohim, I will also forget your children. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame. They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart onto their lawlessness. And there shall be, like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them their doings. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to Yahweh.
Right. No matter what they do at the end, you look back, it looked like they're prospering. You look back in a month, they're in the same place they was before. You look back 6 months, they're in the same place where they were before. Now, understand, other people are growing spiritually. And the distance between them and the other people is getting further and further and further because Yahweh done put them on pause. They can't grow. Go ahead.
Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declares unto them.
Right. And if you're going to ask counsel as somebody who has absolutely no time in the word, you might as well go ask. Stock is a piece of wood. You might well go out there and ask that tree, what should I do, old tree? Tree, I'm in a situation. Talk to me, old leaves, talk to me. You might as well, if you're going to go and talk to somebody who, and this is what we do, we just find somebody old. We don't ask them their spiritual age. We say, oh, you must be an elder. Look at all those gray hairs. Oh, you must be a mother. Your mother something. They've been in the word 2 days more than you. Go ahead.
For the spirit of whoredoms has caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their Elohim. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains, and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
Once again, Yahweh making some things be acted out because of what Israel has done. Go ahead.
I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom.
Wait a minute, that's a punishable offense. He said, no, I ain't gonna do it. Go ahead.
Nor your spouses when they commit adultery.
Wait a minute, did the spouses commit? You ain't gonna do nothing? Go ahead.
For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that does not understand shall fall.
Right. I ain't gonna stop it. I'm gonna let her do it until it consumes them. Go ahead.
Though you, Israel, play the harlot, yet let not Yehuda offend.
Right. It was real sinful for Yehuda to go and do it because they had just watched Israel get led away, watch Israel get dealt with because of doing it, and then treacherous sister Yehuda go and turn around and do the same thing. When you just seen your neighbor go to jail for doing something, do you then turn around and set up your stuff right there in the front yard and do the same thing? Y'all just saw him take James to jail for that, right? And y'all finna do the same thing? I mean, y'all just saw him. That's why he said they impudent. These people crazy. They saw exactly what I did. And they know why I did it. And then they turn around and did the same thing. See, that's stubbornness right there. I'm going to still do this the way I want to do this. I ain't going to let Yahweh change me. Ain't nobody going to change me. Right. The lake of fire needs some fuel. Go ahead, brother.
And come not you unto Gilgal, neither go you up to Beth Aven, nor swear, Yahweh lives. For Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. Now Yahweh will feed them as a lamb in a large place. Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually.
Right. This is the northern tribes of Israel. They have already got into all of those things. And it should have been a warning for the rest of Yehudah. Go ahead.
Her rulers with shame do love, give you. The wind has bound her up in her wings, and they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices.
All right. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 18. Jeremiah chapter 18, and let us hear the conclusion of this matter. Jeremiah chapter 18, and we're going to start that at verse 1.
The word which came to Jeremiah from Yahweh, saying, Arise, and go down to the potter's house, and there will I cause you to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheels.
Right. He's providing a visual. He could just tell him some stuff. No. See, Israel need to see some things. All right? I need something to stick in your mind. I need something to go in your ears. I need something to go in your heart. So pay attention. Go somewhere, and then I'm going to cause this word to come so I can put all of those things together. Go ahead.
And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. So he made it again, another vessel, as seemed good to the potter to make it.
Right. Do we allow the potter to have power over us to make us into whatever it is he needs us to be? Or are we so bold and arrogant that we jump off the pottery wheel? You can't just shake me like that. I don't like that curve. Go ahead.
Then the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter? Says Yahweh. Behold, as the clay is in the potter's hand, so are you in mine hand, O house of Israel. At what instant I shall speak concerning a nation, and concerning a kingdom, to pluck up, and to pull down, and to destroy it. If that nation, against whom I have pronounced, turn from their evil, I will repent of the evil that I thought to do unto them.
I will repent of the evil. That gives Yahweh, being in the hand of the potter, he can then reshape that. But you know, it has to be in a shapeable form. See, once it hardens up, you can't shape that no more. And the problem is, some of us done got hard. That's why he said, I'm going to take that stony heart out of you and give you a heart of flesh. Heart of flesh can be molded. See, there's some people that have already decided they ain't going to listen to but these select individuals. They have already decided the only friends I have is this little small amount of friends. They have already limited themselves so that they will not allow the potter to reshape them. They done already got hard. Once that thing is put in the oven, ain't no reshaping that no more. He got to break that. It's got to be broken. And some of us put ourselves in a situation where he can't remold us. He got to break us and melt us all the way down and then put us back on the wheel. Now the question is, are we worth all that effort? Like, I got another lump of clay right here. Why am I going to go through all the process of breaking you trying to melt you down to get you back in the state of what I got sitting right here that just walked through the door. Said, I'm ready. Shake me. What you need me to be, Yahweh? I'm ready. I'm fresh out the water. I'm still wet. I can be shaped. Then you got some hard, crusty vessel over in the corner. I ain't listening to nobody. Ain't nobody telling me nothing. Right. Go ahead.
Verse 9. And at what instance I shall speak concerning a nation and concerning a kingdom to build and to plant it. If it do evil in my sight, that it obey not my voice, then I will repent of the good, wherewith I said I would benefit them. Now therefore go to, speak to the men of Yehudah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, saying, Thus says Yahweh, Behold, I frame evil against you, and devise a device against you. Return you now every one from his evil way, and make your ways and your doings good. And they said, There is no hope.
Right.
But we will walk after our own devices, and we will everyone do the imagination of his evil heart.
Right. Cause that wicked heart will tell you, hey, ain't no future in doing this. I need to go ahead and do it this way. This is the only way. Right. You working against yourself. Go ahead.
Therefore thus says Yahweh, Ask you now among the heathen, who has heard such things? The virgin of Israel has done a very horrible thing. Will a man leave the snow of Lebanon which comes from the rock of the field? Or shall the cold flowing waters that come from another place be forsaken? Because my people has forgotten me, they have burnt incense to vanity, and they have caused them to stumble in their ways from the ancient paths, to walk in the paths in a way not cast up, to make their land desolate and a perpetual hissing. Every one that passes thereby shall be astonished, and wag his head. I will scatter them as with an east wind before the enemy. I will show them the back and not the face in the day of their calamity. Then said they, Come, and let us devise devices against Yirmiah.
Right. This your folks. You start speaking the word of Yahweh your Elohim, start dealing with things according to his culture, and here come Israel. Let's find a way we can kill him. Yeah, we need to find a way to stop his voice. Let's put a virus on the computer. Right. Go ahead.
For the law shall not perish from the priest, nor the counsel from the wise, nor the word from the prophet.
Right. So no matter what it is you do, Yahweh's servants ain't gonna change what they do. You can huff and you can puff, but you ain't gonna blow their house down. Go ahead.
Come, and let us smite him with the tongue, and let us not give heed to any of his words.
That's Israel. That's our thing. Oh, we gonna say something so nasty. And see, we don't understand. Them nasty words get in here. I'm gonna say some nasty stuff about him, and it's gonna cause him to do something. When I say the right things, I'm just gonna, you know what? I don't know how to make this rocket fly off, but I'm gonna push all these buttons. You ugly. Your mama ugly. Your mama was a bow-legged, flat-footed whore. Wait, what we doing? We're just pressing buttons. One of these buttons is gonna tick you off sooner or later. Wait, let me just press all of them. Right. Go ahead.
Give heed to me, O Yahweh, and hearken to the voice of them that contend with me. Shall evil be recompensed for good? For they have digged a pit for my soul. Remember that I stood before you to speak good for them.
Remember that I stood before you to speak good for them. Go ahead.
And to turn away your anger from them.
Right, but they don't understand. They don't remember that. They don't remember when I stood in the breach for them. So when this make it unto you, Yahweh, deal accordingly. Go ahead.
Therefore deliver up their children to the famine, and pour out their blood by the force of the sword, and let their wives be bereaved of their children, and be widows, and let their men be put to death. Let their young men be slain by the sword in battle.
Right. See, you have to wait and let some things take place before you utter this kind of stuff, because ain't no going back once you let this kind of stuff flow out of your mouth. Ain't no going back. So I ain't quick to get to this point. Because the last thing I want to do is go back to Yahweh. I made a mistake. Now, by the time I get to here, I done let this go on for quite some time. Because I'm going to be very sure before I let something like this come out of my mouth. Go ahead.
Not only just be sure, you got to be able to look at the collateral damage and be able to say, hey, I'm going to deal with it and keep on moving.
Exactly. Exactly. You can't ask Yahweh to deal with something and then tell me, where all these dead bodies come from? Who gonna clean this up? You gonna clean this up. Go ahead.
Let a cry be heard from their houses when you shall bring a troop suddenly upon them.
Let a cry be heard from their houses. So let the shindig turn into now we must dig. Right. Right. Go ahead.
For they have digged a pit to take me and hid snares for my feet. Yet, Yahweh, you knoweth all their counsel against me to slay me.
You know all their counsel. Every time they got together to speak evil, Yahweh was right in there. Oh my goodness, say that again. You said what? Oh my goodness, this is rich. Yahweh, I'm glad you sent me here. Because they doing a lot of talking here. Right. It never does occur to people. Every time they get together to do whatever they do, Yahweh sent one of his representatives there too. He's in that man with the writer's inkhorn. You can't erase that ink. And he write down everything. Remember, we must give account for every idle word that proceeds out of our mouth. So that angel just right. And if you pay attention, sometimes you'll I remember when it first happened to me, I didn't know how to deal with that. That I would come to a Sabbath sermon, and something that happened in my house that week somehow came out of that sermon, and I ain't talked to nobody. That the day he was at my house. Oh, that right there, that right there. I was like, Yahweh, where you at? Oh yeah, I know I ain't talking to nobody. So, what? And then, my elder reading it, he don't know what I'm talking about. I said, brother, Broham, may I talk to you for a second? I just want to clear something up there. Did a bird fly and tell you some things? Because I've heard some things, and I know about myself. I ain't told nobody, but there's some situations that presented themselves this week. I don't know what you're talking about, Zach. So you don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. But it was very detailed what came out of your mouth, and it was exactly like the details of what happened Wednesday night at my house. It's like I don't know what you're talking about. Well, I don't know if I should tell you then. Because Yahweh obviously know, because he done led you somewhere. They done drew me out of this hole. I don't really know what to do about that right now. But I know somebody was there. Because this right here ain't supposed to be happening. Yeah, that one got my attention right there, Jack. That one definitely got my attention. I learned some things after that. And that wasn't the only time it happened. Go ahead, bro.
Forgive not their lawlessness, neither blot out their sin from your sight, but let them be overthrown before you. Deal thus with them in the time of your anger.
All right. That's all that we're going to do for today. I did want to have one more graphic that is a song that I want you guys to hear. This is from some people that we used to be in the Word with, and one of them has since passed. But the entire song came from a thing that my elder used to say, that we are co-stars in this production of Yahweh's. So if you guys have that ready, I don't know exactly where that song is coming from. So make sure that you get ready to turn that down. I don't know what the next song is going to be, so let's not, you know, saying, let's not get this a family show. It's a family show, all right? So y'all be ready to turn that down immediately, you know, because, but y'all do y'all things when y'all, go ahead when y'all get ready. Give us a little volume out here.
You and I are only co-stars in this here production. No lines memorized.
Can you give us something on the master volume up, please?
Knows the script by heart. If you get your ticket now, you can have the best seat in the house. The curtains rising, please enjoy the show. When I wake up in the morning, I thank Yahweh for another day. But I gotta watch out for the Jew. Satan passes your way. And I don't give a damn what they might say, 'cause Yahshua's the one who's coming to put us back to our righteous place. You and I are only co-stars in this here production. No lines memorized. Only the Creator knows the script by heart. If you get your ticket now, you can get the best seat in the house. The curtains are rising. Please enjoy the show. Amazing grace, how bittersweet the sound. If only I knew then what I know now, that all is fair in love and war, and you can rarely taste the pie in the sky. And everybody wanna go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. And putting all your trust in people will surely break your heart. And even though it feels like forever, that don't mean you won't drift apart. You and I are only co-stars in this here production. No lines memorized. Only the Creator knows the script by heart. If you get your ticket now, you can get the best seat in the house. The curtains are rising. Please enjoy the show. When my way gets dark, I can't see the forest for the trees. I raise my head to the moonlight, then I fall down on my knees. I know the truth is out there, but will we ever be free? Now ain't that the $1 million question? I wonder if he can help me. I want it all, but don't want to pay the price. The temperature of success is cold as ice. Hold on to the ones you love as tight as you
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.